Today we're going to try out the new Summon Phoenix ability, which got a very interesting change, and we're going to do it on this brand new challenge quest, which is called Grow Less Than Galaxili. Have you guys seen this quest? This is the perfect quest to showcase this new change on, so let's just start by doing this. Let's just read the text and what happens, and then I'm going to explain to you guys why we're doing this. So it says, while Galaxili just beat gear using towers with limited range. They only use 8 tiers, which is amazing. That's kind of the whole thing of this one, that they banned all of these global towers, and then you're supposed to be using only towers that are, well, you guys are going to see in a second which towers are allowed. Oben said that you could do that, and once you try to beat Galaxili's score, you should give it your best shot. So here are the towers that are available, and as you guys can see, there are no global towers. Like for example, all of the military ones are banned, and there are no, like, there's no heli, there's no sniper or whatever you would use, but they did in fact leave a couple of towers that are very good for this one, which is the Summon Phoenix, on the Wizard, which is a global, and then it is the Bottle Super Monkey, which can teleport to Dark Knight. So let's see what we can do with this quest. This sounds very interesting. They give you a lot of cash. It's 1.5k. Oh my god. Wait, we can use this because we're signing on round 1. So maybe if we buy something very cheap, I don't know how we do this. I mean, we probably do this with Oben. And then, you know what, I'm really trying to save up for the super, but we're gonna get the Wizard as well. So the changes happening to the Wizard are, well, it's actually a couple of changes, but the most important ones are the fact that this price is now 7,500 and it used to be 6,000, so they made it a little bit more expensive, but it now apparently has homing projectiles. Now, I did in fact try to showcase this, and that was a huge fail, because I did it on this video in which we showcased you guys know those 3D maps. There's this gorgeous monkey metal map and 3D perspective. I bought the bottom path, and then I used the ability, and then it didn't, like, there was no homing, there was nothing happening. And so I realized that, well, when I was editing the video, I was like, wait, what's happening with this one? And then I realized that you need to have the top path, you need to have the guided magic, which makes all of the sense in the world, because the guided magic makes the Wizard's projectiles get a little bit of seeking. So yeah, I think that we should probably be having something like the trifecta of these defensive towers. So one of them should probably be here. I guess the idea behind this is to have 2 of them active at all times. I also kind of wanted to buy super, and we don't have defense versus purple balloons. It's going to be just the bramble, so we are going to be leaking a little bit of purples, it looks like. Okay, so I want to try this. As soon as this round ends, maybe I should have, you know what, I maybe should have taken care of this placement, because if you get the top hat, you can place the wall of fire, but no, it's outside the range. So let's do a calculation of where the Super Monkey is going to be around 25 for the purple balloons, because we cannot pop them. We can pop a couple of them with the brambles, but that's not reliable. So this is going to be 21, 22, 23, 24, 25. So if I have it here, the Super is going to be here for around 25. Are we fine with that? I think we are. Yeah, let me just place the Super. And you know what? This guy's going to become a Dark Knight anyway, so I'm not sure if I'm that worried about this placement. So this is the purple round, and here they come. So I'm actually going to use the brambles to pop a couple of them. And I don't want to overload, because the super is going to be the only thing defending these guys. So let's not leak lives that we don't have. Yeah, there we go. When these 2 are on the track, look at these guys, because this guy is not upgraded, so I should probably upgrade him. These 2 are very weak, so if I get both of these guys, this is a 1-2-0, this is a 1-2-0 as well. I think I'm going to keep them as 1-2-0, honestly, because I don't think the Arcane Blast is going to do anything, especially when we get the Dragon's Breath. Okay, so this is going to be that purple round that I was talking about. We can get the knockback, and then if we can make it to Ultra Vision, then we're going to have camo detection for the next one, so I hope we do. We cannot have the brambles for this one, so the knockback is going to have to hold on by itself. So let's see how we do. We've got, yeah, it's going to defend. We have 126. Oh my god. Wait a minute. I need to use the brambles as soon as possible. So we don't have money for the Ultra Vision, but I guess it's cool that the brambles can pop camo balloons, but we definitely need to buy it as soon as possible. Actually, you know what? It's 34, 35. No, it's not going to be up for 36. So we are going to have to save the brambles for 36. Man, this is a very, very interesting run, it looks like. Okay, so 35 shouldn't be a problem. And as I say that, there are there are a couple of balloons leaking, but yeah, it actually shouldn't be a problem. But we need to save the brambles on this one, so that we can pop the camo green balloons on the next one. Oh my god, it's not defending. So I'm gonna leak these guys. Actually, I'm gonna leak them on purpose. And now I'm gonna use the brambles. I know that's a lot of lives, but we cannot pop camo balloons, and the brambles are gonna be gone, I think. Oh no, some of them survived actually. Are we fine? I will absolutely take that. It's 3 greens and, well, it's going to be 4 greens because these guys regrow, but that's absolutely fine. I'm going to take that. We can save up for the Dark Knight, so I'm going to get the Dark Knight now. I'm going to do 1 teleport like this. I really hope this is enough. I really hope this is enough. And then hopefully the teleport comes off cooldown, and then maybe we can move it back for this Moab. a little bit. And you know what? I'm gonna have the wildfire like this. And then get ready for the teleport back. And it's looking... I'm gonna move it back now. It's looking amazing. That was perfect. Okay, that was amazing. So now we have the teleporting super monkey, and now we can play the game a little bit more loose. So let me upgrade to a super range. We're gonna get the increased teleport range, which is just amazing. So let's just keep moving this guy like this. Let me have this guy like this, so it goes down a straight line, and there we go. I think we've stabilized. Yeah, we lost a couple of lives, to be honest, with 75, and this is no monkey knowledge, but we have somewhat stabilized. So let's try and get the Summon Phoenix now and see how good this Seeking Projectile is gonna be. Okay, so let's keep teleporting this guy back. I don't want to be left behind by this wheel rotating, so I'm going to move him like this, and then probably, if I can do it on this round, I'm going to move him twice, I think. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? You know what, this is a very cool trick that I'm going to show you guys now. So, you click the ability, and this is the range, and then after the round ends, the gear is going to rotate, but I'm still going to be able to teleport him here, even though this is going to be outside of his range. So, look at this thing. So, the gear is going to rotate, but I can still move him here, even though this is outside the range. So, I'm going to click. And boom, there we go. That's a nice little trick for you guys. But now we can buy the... Oh, it was this guy. So we can buy the Summon Phoenix now. I think this is just in time for this round because this round has a bunch of ceramics. You know what? Actually, I'm just going to use the Phoenix ability now. And let's see. Oh, that's... We saw a very small amount of it, but this Phoenix, I think the Phoenix is a little bit stronger for these. It's a little bit too strong for this round, for like 49, and we weren't able to see it that well, but I saw a little bit of Seeking right there. I saw it. Are we fine with 2 Phoenixes? So I'm gonna get this guy now, and we're gonna have 2 abilities, but I'm thinking, do we want to get 3? Do we want to get more of these guys? Because the super is gonna be nice, but he's not gonna be... Oh, let me just not forget to teleport him, and let's... You know what? Let's just see this thing in action. Oh, look at that Seeking! That's so cool! Is this a game changer? Is this worth it, guys? That is my question for this one. Is this worth it? Let's use it again. Let's see how much... Wow, that's actually a little bit cooler than I thought now that I'm taking a second and third look onto this ability, because I just thought it was gonna be like, you know how the Dark Champion has a little bit of Seeking, but that's a very small Seeking. It just bounces next to the... Well, I guess that's not even Seeking. That's just bouncing next to the Bloons that are next to it. I mean, they classify this as light Seeking, which doesn't seek that much. Let's just do this. You know what? I'm a little bit scared for these Camo Bloons, so let me just give at least one of these guys Camo Bloons, because what they did when they put phase into the game, the boss, I think it was in update 37, they removed the hidden camo detection, the disability that Summon Phoenix had. So now you actually need to have a camo village for the Phoenix to use. Let me just use the Phoenix again now. Let me just watch it. Oh my god, that's so cool. Okay, so let's save this ability because we have 59 incoming. So we're gonna have to watch this one. I mean, we could probably absorb them with the Wall of Trees, but I want to use the ability to bomb them. You could just kind of see how good it is. Oh, and as I say that, these guys are becoming dangerously close. So let me just move this guy over here. I think this ability is gonna come off cooldown. Yeah, there it goes. So I'm going to save the ability for the next round, actually. Let them just come a little bit closer and use the ability now, and let's watch that Seeking. Look at that. Yeah, it makes this guy a little bit more reliable for sure, because it wasn't fully using its spears, and now with the Seeking, I guess it does. We're going to need the R Phoenix for sure, by the way. Oh, and I forgot to teleport my super. Yeah, let's not forget to do that, because the super is still very important, even though we got 2 Phoenixes. And let's get one more Phoenix. We also need to start thinking about rounds like 63. Oh my god. Oh my god, I forgot to TP. I completely forgot to TP. Okay, so let's use one of the Phoenixes. Oh my god, am I gonna grieve the run? I mean, we are going to have a second Phoenix, but the problem is that we're probably not going to have them for the next round, which is the most important one. So let me just kind of move this guy over here. And let's try and defend this without using the second Phoenix. I really want to save this ability. That might have been a mistake, guys. So we're going to defend this round, but I'm going to turn off Auto Start because it's 63, and I'm not sure that we can even pop these waves of ceramics. Okay, so let's think about this one. This is only for one round. It's only 63. But I do want to get something, so I was just thinking getting a cluster. I think that's going to be fine, and then whatever leaks after the cluster, do it like this, and then whatever leaks, I think we can just teleport this guy, which is under a village, and then maybe, you know what, maybe I do something like this if we get the money. I don't know about that one. Okay, let's just watch, let's just see what happens. Let's get this guy here in range, and I mean, they defended for sure. Okay, they defended, but I am gonna be using a Phoenix. Let's see how it goes with this one. I just don't want to risk it, guys. They defended, but let's just not lose to this one because we've made it so far, and let's not lose. So 43 tiers left. I think that they overdid this quest. Oh, let's use the ability, by the way. And that should be fine. Yeah, I think they overdid this quest a little bit. Like 80 tiers seems way too much because we've placed so many towers. We have like 2 villages. Hero, these are like 4th tier towers all cross padded. This is like a 3rd tier tower, and we're still not even halfway there because you need to beat 80. So maybe you know, maybe reducing this number wouldn't be such a bad idea, maybe to like 60 or something like that. Okay, so let's teleport this guy over here. Let's do some damage to these mob class Bloons because the only thing that's dealing with them is basically the wizards and the phoenixes, and that kind of tells me that we're also gonna have to buy another one. So I guess the majority of the damage is being done by this teleporting super monkey, and then I'm using the phoenixes, and then whatever leaks just goes into a wall of trees. So we're gonna have to refresh the wall of trees when Owen comes back here. And then I think I'm just going to keep buying some more phoenixes because that's what we're trying to do. I'm going to have this guy, you know what, I'm going to have him in range of this village just because. And hopefully we can reduce this train a little bit on the super monkey and everything so that they can, yeah, just like that. So they can at least pop BFBs by themselves. Like that's one of the things that I'm really trying to do. Okay, so Oben is here. Let me reuse the ability and collect some cash from this. That's not a lot of cash, but I guess not that many Bloons went into this after all. I thought there's more Bloons coming into it. And let's buy the other one. This is gonna be probably the last Phoenix. We've got 3. That's a lot of Phoenixes, especially given the one of them is 7,500. But this is gonna be the last one. I think that we need to start taking care of some utility stuff. So maybe get something like an ice tower. I was thinking for these huge waves like 76 and 78, and that's probably gonna be it. Maybe do something for the ZOMG, but that's gonna be later on. Okay, huge wave. Let me use this thing and let's see the seeking. I mean, they mentioned that it is light seeking, and light seeking, I guess it's not, I guess what they mean by that is not as aggressive, so I would even make it like full seeking, because this thing is losing, or at least was losing, a lot of its damage by just not fully using the attack, because it has pierce, but the thing is, if it attacks in a straight line, all its projectiles just go through the Bloons and just it's not getting used fully. So this seeking thing is actually a good idea, I think. Maybe just make it a little bit more than light seeking, because why not? Yeah, so 75 incoming, one of those huge rounds, which you guys know that I really keep paying attention to these rounds, because it's a point in BD6 where things start getting a little bit more difficult, and this is one of them. And I also am noticing that this cluster is in the worst spot possible, so he is going to miss all of these last few rounds. Let me just use one of these guys. Oh my god, wait, and I should probably do like this, get the snowstorm ability, and then is this gonna be enough? Let me do it like that, and let me turn on all the star because I turned it off for one round. Let's see how we do versus this one. So we have the wall of trees. I'm gonna use the Phoenix ability, and hopefully with this size. Oh my god, that wasn't even close. I was worried about nothing. That was a nothing burger for sure. I think I'm gonna use 2 Phoenixes on this one. Let's see the power of 2 of them with the light seeking projectiles plus the super. I mean, hopefully they hold on. Honestly, we do have the snowstorm ability, but I don't want to use it, and yeah, I think we're fine. So I want to use the snowstorm on this one specifically. We're gonna have 2 of these guys disappearing, so it's only gonna be 1. The cluster is doing a little bit of damage, so let me freeze these guys, kind of keep them in place, and I'm going to use one of the Phoenixes. I mean, that's the only one that I had. Okay, now the BFV in the second wave, and we are going to have both of the Phoenixes up. So I'm only going to use one of them for this wave of ceramics, so I'm going to freeze them. And this is exactly why I bought the ice, by the way, for the ceramic round. So let's freeze them, let's use the Phoenix. And that should be, yeah, that's 1 is more than enough. Yeah, so it's looking like it's using its pierce a lot better than it used to. So maybe, you know what, this thing kind of surprised me because I hadn't tried it. I just read the patch notes, and this is the first time me seeing this thing. But it's looking like an interesting change, but I would say definitely add more seeking to this thing. Yeah, it's looking like, because now I don't think that even with this seeking, I don't think there's a question about the crosspath, because this doesn't seem good enough. It's just you have camo detection for the other one, and that's like invaluable, because the camo also applies to the Phoenix and the main tower, and the main tower is like the Dragon's Breath, which is one of the best towers. By the way, ZOMG. How do we want to pop this thing? You know what I want to do? I want to do this thing, and let's... Do I feel that confident to sell the super? Maybe I sell the super and I buy this thing. Yeah, I'm gonna sell the super. Let's sell this thing. Let's buy the LM. Is this gonna one-shot it? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. And there we go. That's the quest. Nice one, Galaxili. We have to try harder to do better than you. I mean, what's the score that we got, actually? We got 55. I mean, listen, we didn't even try on that one. We were just buying towers left and right, and even with this last tower, with the selling and stuff. But yeah, that was a fun quest. I would have to say just maybe reduce this number a little bit to like 60 or something like that, because 80 really seems that you can buy whatever you want. But the ability just now having homing projectiles, that is an interesting change. I would say just add more homing, and this is definitely gonna be a contender to the bomb path. And that's gonna be it. So that's it for this one. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you want to support the channel, use code EatAndRead in the Blue Store, and I will see you all in the next one.